Are you ready for February 12th? Because everything is about to change. The clock is ticking, and after this date, a window to a new reality opens, but stepping through depends on clearing the spiritual blocks that have been holding you back. Perhaps you've noticed these blocks manifesting as repeating patterns, a carousel of recurring issues that never seem to resolve. Maybe money has always been tight, no matter how hard you work. Or perhaps relationships consistently crumble in the same way, leaving you heartbroken and confused. This could be the moment to break free from it all. The planetary alignment, with key planets in Capricorn and Aquarius, is creating intense pressure, but also a rare opportunity. These signs are prompting deep reflection and structural changes that will either block you completely or free you beyond your wildest dreams. This isn't just another month on the calendar, it's a turning point. A unique convergence of energies has created a portal for lasting transformation, but it's easy to miss if you're not paying attention. This video will help you spot this chance and seize it. The difference between thriving and merely surviving in 2025 hinges on what you do before February 12th. Imagine an open doorway shimmering with possibility that quickly slams shut if you hesitate. The potential positive outcomes are immense. Unlocking a new reality overflowing with abundance, deeper, more fulfilling connections, and a crystal-clear sense of purpose. But the negative outcomes are equally significant, remaining stuck in old, self-defeating patterns, endlessly repeating cycles of frustration, and a nagging feeling that you're not living up to your full potential. To capitalize on this shift, it's crucial to understand the nature of spiritual blocks. Without the right knowledge and tools, you risk missing this extraordinary opportunity and remaining trapped in the past. Think of this video as a map, guiding you through unfamiliar territory and revealing the path to your desired destination. This journey requires authenticity, responsibility, self-compassion, discernment, and gratitude. We need to be honest with ourselves, take ownership of our lives, be kind to ourselves along the way, develop an eye for negativity, and appreciate every opportunity for growth. In this video, you will learn how to use each of these elements. What exactly are spiritual blocks? They're not some vague, esoteric concept, but very real obstacles that manifest in tangible ways in specific areas of your life. For example, you may experience persistent financial struggles despite putting in the effort to improve your income. This is a financial block. Or perhaps you consistently find it difficult to form meaningful, lasting relationships despite your desire for connection. This is a relational block. You might also struggle with chronic creative stagnation, unable to tap into your inspiration and express yourself fully. Recurring health issues, despite your best efforts to maintain a healthy lifestyle, can also be a sign of spiritual blocks. And perhaps the most pervasive block of all is simply feeling lost and without a sense of purpose, like you're drifting aimlessly through life. These blocks show up distinctly. Financial blocks choke your income and wealth-building potential, while relational blocks sabotage intimacy and connection. Think of someone who deeply desires to be wealthy, but harbors subconscious beliefs that money is evil or corrupts people. These beliefs will actively block them from attracting and maintaining wealth. This video will delve into each type of spiritual block: financial, relational, creative, health-related, and purpose-driven, offering a clear path to identify and overcome them. But let's start with one that often goes unnoticed: the energy drain. People and situations can relentlessly deplete your energy, creating subtle but powerful blocks in your life. This can manifest in many ways. Perhaps you find yourself constantly drained after spending time with certain people, even if you can't quite put your finger on why. These energy vampires thrive on negativity, subtly sucking the life force out of those around them. Endlessly scrolling through social media, comparing yourself to others, and absorbing their anxieties can also drain your energy and distort your perception of reality. Even engaging in self-criticism, constantly berating yourself for your perceived flaws, can create a significant energy drain, hindering your progress and blocking your ability to manifest your desires. Have you been feeling stuck lately, like you're running in circles, constantly facing the same challenges over and over again? Are you exhausted but can't figure out why? Are you truly happy with where you are in life? Are you ready to finally break free from these patterns? These blocks are not random occurrences, but rather stem from deeper, often hidden root causes, such as limiting beliefs, unresolved trauma, or negative programming absorbed from your environment. And what if there are unseen forces at play? Are you ready to handle who or what might be watching you, influencing you, subtly nudging you off course? The veil between worlds is thinning, intuition is heightened, and it's more important than ever to be discerning of the energy you allow into your life. In this video, I'll show you how to identify and clear these blocks, both internal and external. We'll look at specific techniques, from shadow work to energy clearing, to help you reclaim your power and step into the new reality that awaits. Stay tuned. Let's dive deeper into these spiritual blocks and see how they might be subtly influencing your life, often in ways you don't even realize. It's not always about glaring issues. Sometimes it's the quiet, insidious patterns that hold us back the most, especially as February 12th rapidly approaches. Think about financial blocks. It's easy to spot someone drowning in debt, but what about the subtle underearner, the person who consistently makes just enough to get by but never truly thrives? Or the one who fears investing, clutching tightly to their savings out of fear of loss, missing out on opportunities for growth? These blocks aren't always about lack. They're often about a subconscious fear of abundance, a belief that you don't deserve to be truly wealthy. What silent financial ceiling have you unknowingly imposed? What if February 12th is the deadline to shatter that limit and finally claim the financial freedom you've always dreamed of? Relational blocks aren't just about dramatic breakups and toxic relationships. Consider the subtle dynamics of passive-aggressive behavior, the unspoken resentments that fester beneath the surface of seemingly normal interactions. Or the inability to maintain true intimacy, keeping partners at arm's length out of fear of vulnerability. And what about those who desperately seek love, but can't seem to find anyone to date, stuck in a cycle of endless swiping and superficial connections? These relational blocks often stem from deep-seated insecurities and unresolved wounds, and they're just as damaging as any overt conflict. With key planets highlighting connection, are you truly prepared to open your heart? Now, before February 12th hits, let's look at the astrological weather report. Planets in Capricorn and Aquarius are creating a unique cosmic tension, a push-pull dynamic between structure and innovation. Capricorn urges responsibility in financial matters, prompting you to get your accounts in order and create a solid foundation. But Aquarius whispers of inventive income streams, urging you to think outside the box and explore unconventional opportunities. This tension can feel overwhelming, like you're being pulled in two different directions. Are you feeling the strain of this cosmic tug-of-war? Planets may also be squaring or in opposition, creating stress and challenges that force you to confront your limitations. The clock is ticking. Will you succumb to the pressure, or will you harness this energy to break free from your blocks? Underneath these blocks lies a hidden matrix of limiting beliefs. "I'm not good enough" strangles creative expression before it even begins. "Money is evil" slams the door on financial abundance. "I don't deserve love" sabotages relationships before they even have a chance to blossom. These beliefs, often formed in childhood, act as invisible chains, binding you to a reality of lack and limitation. What are the core limiting beliefs that are secretly dictating your life? Can you identify them? Are you ready to challenge their validity? These limiting beliefs don't just sit dormant in your mind. They translate into concrete daily actions that actively reinforce your spiritual blocks. Avoiding networking events reinforces relational isolation. Procrastinating on creative projects solidifies creative stagnation. Impulse spending perpetuates financial instability. Neglecting self-care exacerbates health issues. Settling for unfulfilling work solidifies a sense of purposelessness. These aren't just isolated incidents, they're part of a larger pattern of self-sabotage. Imagine Sarah, who dreams of starting her own business, but constantly puts it off, telling herself she's not ready, not smart enough, not capable. This procrastination, fueled by the limiting belief, "I'm going to fail," actively reinforces her financial block, keeping her trapped in a cycle of unfulfilled potential. Or consider John, who craves a loving relationship, but constantly picks fights with his partners, pushing them away out of fear of getting hurt. This behavior, driven by the limiting belief, "I'm not worthy of love," perpetuates his relational block, leaving him feeling lonely and isolated. These patterns are everywhere, subtly shaping our realities. To truly dismantle these blocks before February 12th, we need to delve into shadow work. The shadow self isn't some scary monster, but is rather the collection of disowned parts of ourselves. The inner critic, the saboteur, the victim mentality. Understanding that these are simply aspects of yourself will help you overcome this hurdle. By confronting and integrating these hidden aspects, we can reclaim our power and break free from the cycle of self-sabotage. The inner critic whispers doubts and insecurities, undermining our confidence and stifling our creativity. The saboteur acts out self-destructive behaviors, derailing our progress and keeping us stuck in old patterns. The victim mentality blames external circumstances for our problems, preventing us from taking responsibility for our lives. Facing and integrating these aspects of ourselves is not easy, but is a necessary step towards liberation. Will you keep avoiding this crucial step, or finally claim the new existence that awaits? Let's consider the echo of trauma. Past traumas, big or small, can create recurring blocks in multiple areas of life, rewiring the subconscious mind and leaving lasting scars. Childhood criticism can lead to perfectionism and creative blocks, making it impossible to express oneself freely without fear of judgment. Betrayal in a past relationship can lead to trust issues and relational blocks, making it difficult to open up and connect with others. These traumas act as energetic imprints, shaping our beliefs and behaviors long after the event has passed. Sarah, for instance, was constantly criticized by her parents for her artistic endeavors, being told that she would never make a living as an artist. As an adult, she still struggles with creative blocks, finding it difficult to even pick up a paintbrush without feeling a wave of anxiety and self-doubt. John experienced betrayal in a past relationship when his girlfriend cheated on him with his best friend. As a result, he now has extreme difficulty trusting women, constantly suspecting them of infidelity and sabotaging any chance of a meaningful connection. These are not just isolated incidents. They're echoes of trauma reverberating through their lives, perpetuating a cycle of pain and limitation. The self-sabotage cycle manifests in procrastination, avoidance, negative self-talk, and seeking external validation. These behaviors provide a false sense of safety, shielding us from the perceived dangers of failure, rejection, or vulnerability, but they ultimately keep us trapped in a prison of our own making. Procrastinating on launching a business might feel like a way to avoid the fear of failure, but it also prevents you from realizing your potential and achieving financial freedom. Seeking validation on social media might provide a temporary boost to your ego, but it also distracts you from pursuing authentic creative expression and connecting with your true self. Consider Michael, who constantly procrastinates on launching his online course, telling himself he needs to perfect it before sharing it with the world. In reality, he's terrified of being judged and criticized, and he uses perfectionism as a way to avoid facing his fears. Or consider Lisa, who spends hours scrolling through social media, seeking validation from likes and comments instead of focusing on her own creative pursuits. She's addicted to the dopamine rush of external approval, but she's also neglecting her own inner voice and stifling her authentic expression. Are you ready to break free from these self-sabotaging patterns and reclaim your power? Even the seemingly innocuous habits can become energy drains. Negative relationships, toxic environments, excessive social media use, and unhealthy habits can all drain your vitality and block manifestation. Spending time with energy vampires, who constantly complain or criticize can leave you feeling depleted and emotionally exhausted. Living in a cluttered or chaotic environment can create a sense of overwhelm and stagnation, making it difficult to focus and manifest your desires. Doom scrolling on social media can fill your mind with negativity and anxiety, hindering your ability to attract positive experiences into your life. Imagine spending hours listening to a friend complain about their problems, offering advice and support, but receiving nothing in return. You leave the conversation feeling drained and exhausted, as if your own energy has been sucked away. What if you're living or working in a space that's filled with clutter, negativity, and stagnant energy? You might find it difficult to concentrate, feel uninspired, and struggle to manifest your goals. Or consider the endless cycle of scrolling through social media, comparing yourself to others and absorbing their anxieties. This can leave you feeling inadequate, insecure, and disconnected from your own truth. But remember, beyond the visible world, the thinning veil is making the boundaries between the physical and spiritual realms more porous. This can manifest as increased intuition, vivid dreams, synchronicities, and a feeling of connection to something larger than yourself. Are you noticing these signs in your own life? Are you experiencing heightened senses or a deeper connection to your intuition? Pay attention, because this is the universe trying to communicate with you. However, this also means being aware of energetic attachments, negative cords, or entities that drain energy and influence thoughts and behaviors. I say this carefully because I am not an alarmist. Understand that attachments can be a past relationship you can't let go of, negative thought forms, or entities that feed on fear and anxiety. This is why discernment is key during this time. Distinguish between genuine intuition and fear-based projections. The key is protecting your energy field, so it is necessary to trust your gut feeling and set boundaries with negative people. It's also necessary to clear your energy field through practices like smudging or salt baths. A great initial tool is to practice meditation as a way to connect to your intuition. Use visualization to identify attachments and start journaling to understand messages and downloads. These are critical tools for self-awareness and guidance. So, let me ask you directly. What are you tolerating in your life that is draining your energy? What limiting beliefs are you still clinging to? Are you ready to finally release these blocks before February 12th? The clock is ticking. If you fail to address these spiritual blocks, you risk stagnation, frustration, and missed opportunities. But if you take action, a new reality awaits, overflowing with abundance, deeper connections, and a crystal-clear sense of purpose. And in the next video, I'll show you practical techniques and strategies to clear your energy, reprogram limiting beliefs, align with your true purpose, and claim this reality. What happens if you choose to ignore these spiritual blocks, hoping they'll just fade away? What is the real cost of inaction, of putting off this inner work until someday? This isn't just about feeling a little stuck or unfulfilled. It's about the domino effect that one unaddressed block can trigger, rippling through every area of your life and creating a future you absolutely do not want. Imagine neglecting a financial block. You might start by missing a few bills, then racking up credit card debt to compensate. The stress of financial instability then seeps into your relationships, causing tension and arguments with your loved ones. Sleepless nights worrying about money impact your health, weakening your immune system and making you more susceptible to illness. Now creativity is stifled, passions are put on hold, and soon you feel completely disconnected from your sense of purpose. This all started with one small block, one ignored warning sign. Are you willing to let your life unravel like this? What opportunities are slipping through your fingers because you're too afraid to confront what's holding you back? Promotions, soulmate connections, successful business launches, vibrant health, a profound sense of joy. These aren't just abstract concepts. They are tangible realities that you are actively pushing away every single day you remain trapped by your blocks. Each day that passes brings February 12th closer and this new reality more distant. Are you prepared to watch it all fade away? This isn't some distant, hypothetical scenario. This is your life, unfolding right now. And what about the stagnation trap, that soul-crushing feeling of being stuck in a rut, unable to move forward no matter how hard you try? You're constantly pushing against a brick wall, expending all your energy, but going nowhere. You see others achieving their dreams, while you're left behind, wondering what you're doing wrong. The frustration and disappointment build, leading to a sense of hopelessness that can be incredibly difficult to overcome. Do you recognize that feeling, that heavy, suffocating sense of being trapped in place, watching life pass you by? The time to break down that wall is now, before the energetic portal slams shut on February 12th, leaving you stranded in the same old reality. How long are you willing to tolerate this feeling of being stuck? How much longer will you allow fear to dictate your life? You're stronger than you think, more capable than you believe. It's time to reclaim your power and start moving forward again, or the ability to take back your power will disappear entirely. The longer you ignore your spiritual blocks, the stronger the resistance becomes. That initial discomfort you feel when you try to meditate, for example, can quickly escalate into intense anxiety, making you want to avoid the practice altogether. The fear of vulnerability in relationships can morph into a complete inability to trust anyone, leaving you isolated and alone. The initial hesitation to pursue your creative passions can solidify into a deep-seated belief that you're simply not talented enough, silencing your inner voice and squashing your dreams. Resistance isn't a sign that you're on the wrong path. It's a sign that you're getting closer to the truth, closer to breaking free. But the longer you resist, the harder it becomes to overcome. Fear becomes your default setting, your comfort zone, making it increasingly difficult to step outside your limitations. You've been warned. What will you do? So how do you begin to identify these primary resistance zones, those areas in your life where your spiritual blocks are most deeply entrenched? The answer lies in recognizing that resistance itself is a valuable tool, a compass pointing you towards your greatest opportunities for growth. Resistance isn't something to avoid, it's something to investigate, to explore with curiosity and compassion. Where do you feel the most resistance in your life? Is it in initiating a difficult conversation with a loved one, starting that business you've always dreamed of, addressing a nagging health issue that you've been putting off for months? These are the areas where your blocks are most active, where your limiting beliefs are holding you back from living your fullest potential. What situations, people, or thoughts evoke the strongest negative emotional responses within you? Anger, resentment, anxiety, fear, these are all clues, highlighting the unhealed wounds and limiting beliefs that fuel your blocks. Do you feel a knot in your stomach when you think about your finances? That's a sign of a financial block, rooted in a deep-seated fear of lack or insecurity. Does the idea of speaking in public fill you with dread? That suggests a creative or purpose-driven block related to self-expression. Or maybe, just maybe, you are afraid of showing your creativity to the world because you might actually succeed. Do you fear your power, map your emotional triggers, and expose your wounds? Pay attention to your recurring behavioral patterns. Procrastination, avoidance, self-sabotage, perfectionism, these are all signs that you are resisting something important, that you're afraid to step outside your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. Do you consistently start and stop projects, never quite finishing what you begin? That's a form of resistance, a way of avoiding the potential discomfort of success. Do you avoid difficult conversations, letting resentment fester beneath the surface? That's a sign that you're resisting vulnerability and authentic connection. Do you engage in negative self-talk, constantly putting yourself down and undermining your confidence? That's a clear indication of a deep-seated belief in your own inadequacy. Or do you strive for unattainable standards, constantly pushing yourself to be perfect and never feeling good enough? What if you allowed yourself to actually be enough? These behaviors are not random. They're part of a larger pattern of resistance designed to keep you safe within the confines of your comfort zone. Challenge yourself to step outside that zone and actively seek out experiences that trigger resistance. If you're afraid of public speaking, sign up for a Toastmasters meeting. If you're afraid of intimacy, initiate a vulnerable conversation with your partner. The more you lean into your discomfort, the more quickly you'll break free from your blocks. These blocks are echoes of trauma reverberating with connections to past wounds. Your current spiritual blocks are not isolated incidents. They are often directly linked to past traumas or unresolved emotional wounds, both conscious and unconscious. That difficulty trusting others might stem from childhood abandonment, a deep-seated fear of being left alone. Your financial struggles might be rooted in a scarcity mindset instilled during your upbringing, a belief that there's never enough to go around. Your creative blocks might be linked to criticism or judgment you received in the past, a fear of expressing yourself freely without being ridiculed. And as February 12th approaches, the energy can trigger a re-experiencing of these past traumas, bringing old wounds to the surface and amplifying your emotional pain. Instead of viewing these experiences as setbacks, see them as opportunities for healing and integration. Reframe that past failure as a valuable learning experience, a chance to grow and develop resilience. Transform those painful memories into stepping stones for future growth. It will come quickly, but if you do not face it, it will be gone. Consider exploring inner child work as a tool for healing past traumas and reclaiming lost parts of yourself. Connect with your younger self, offering comfort, reassurance, and unconditional love. Visualize yourself nurturing and protecting that vulnerable child within, providing them with the support and validation they never received. Write letters to your inner child, expressing love, acceptance, and forgiveness. Forgiveness, both of others and of yourself, is essential in releasing the hold that past traumas have on your life. It's not about condoning harmful behavior. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of resentment and anger, releasing the chains that bind you to the past. Forgiveness is not something you do for the other person, it's something you do for yourself, liberating yourself from the cycle of pain and suffering. Now, let's talk about energy drains and advanced diagnostics. Identify more subtle sources of depletion. We all know about negative people and toxic environments, but what about the more subtle energy drains that are slowly sapping your vitality, overcommitting yourself, taking on too many responsibilities, and leaving yourself feeling overwhelmed and exhausted? Perfectionism, constantly striving for unattainable standards, and never feeling good enough. Excessive worrying, dwelling on negative thoughts and anxieties that drain your mental and emotional energy. Suppressing emotions, bottling up your feelings instead of expressing them in a healthy way. Neglecting self-care, failing to prioritize your own well-being and leaving yourself feeling depleted and run down. What about technology? Excessive screen time, social media addiction, and constant exposure to electromagnetic fields can all drain your energy and disrupt your natural flow. It is important to limit your screen time, take breaks to connect with nature, and create tech-free zones in your home. You must set strong, energetic boundaries. This includes learning to say no, disengaging from toxic conversations, and shielding your energy field through visualization or other techniques. Visualize a protective bubble of light surrounding you, deflecting negative energy and allowing only positive energy to flow in. Practice saying no without guilt or explanation, honoring your own needs and priorities. The act of setting boundaries and saying no is an act of self-love and self-respect, a way of honoring your own worth and protecting your own well-being. Saying no to others is saying yes to yourself, creating space for the things that truly matter to you. You need to create safety and protect energy. This becomes even more vital as February 12th draws closer. Remember that resistance often protects hidden agreements, subconscious commitments that keep you stuck in old patterns. What are the core areas where you feel the most resistance? Self-worth, deservingness, safety. Resisting financial abundance might stem from a hidden agreement that struggle is noble or wealth corrupts. Resisting healthy relationships might hide an agreement that I'm safer alone or I'm not worthy of love. Resisting creative expression might be rooted in a hidden agreement that I'm not good enough or I'll be judged. Unveiling these hidden agreements requires deep introspection, a willingness to confront your deepest fears and limiting beliefs. Use journaling prompts, shadow work questions, and mindful observation of your thoughts and feelings during moments of resistance. Ask yourself, what would happen if I did succeed? What am I afraid of? What belief would have to be true for me to be experiencing this resistance? Renegotiate these limiting agreements with yourself, replacing them with empowering beliefs that align with your true desires. Replace, I don't deserve love, with I am worthy of love and connection. Replace, I'm not good enough, with I am capable and talented. Consciously choose thoughts and actions that reinforce these new agreements. With February 12th as a catalyst, the heightened energy will help rewrite subconscious programming and establish new patterns. Use affirmations, visualizations, and rituals specifically designed to reinforce your new agreements, creating a solid foundation for a new reality. The process will be difficult and emotionally taxing. Be prepared for it and be compassionate with yourself. Now is the time to plant the seeds for the life you truly desire, a life of abundance, joy, fulfillment, and connection. I am going to ask you the tough questions now. Are you ready to finally face your fears and release your blocks? Are you prepared to step into your power and create the life you truly desire before February 12th? Are you ready to leave these negative things in the past and move forward with your life? It's time to choose. The time is now. In our next video, I will give you the practical techniques and strategies you need to clear your energy, reprogram limiting beliefs, align with your true purpose, and claim this new reality before it's too late. You've mapped your resistance zones, confronted past wounds, and set energetic boundaries. But now, let's dive even deeper into a more insidious trap, your comfortable prison. It's time to understand the deeper game that's being played. This isn't just about the resistance you feel towards obvious discomfort. It's about the magnetic pull of familiarity, the way you cling to patterns, even when those patterns are slowly suffocating your soul. Are you truly free, or are you simply rearranging the furniture inside a cell you've grown accustomed to? Think about it. Are you stuck in a job that drains you, but you stay because it's predictable? Do you find yourself in unhealthy relationships, knowing they cause you pain, but you remain because at least they're familiar pain? Or do you keep engaging in the same destructive behaviors, even though you know they're holding you back, because change seems too daunting? This is your comfortable prison, the gilded cage you've built around yourself. And as February 12th approaches, the bars of that cage are starting to feel a whole lot tighter, aren't they? The restlessness, the unease, that's your soul screaming for liberation. You know something needs to change, but are you brave enough to unlock the door? Are you ready to handle who or what might be watching you on the other side? Let's shatter the illusion of safety. Your comfortable prison offers a false sense of security. It whispers sweet lies about predictability and control, but it's a mirage. The safety of a regular paycheck chains you to a job you hate, while the real reward of entrepreneurship, freedom, passion, and limitless potential remains just out of reach. The safety of emotional distance protects you from vulnerability, but it also prevents you from experiencing the soul-shaking intimacy you crave. Real safety doesn't come from external circumstances. It comes from within, from your ability to navigate uncertainty and trust your own strength. What if you were to realize that the perceived safety you feel in your prison is actually a slow form of soul death? What if stepping into the unknown was the most secure thing you could do? What if the new reality that you are stepping into after February 12th needs a new, stronger you? Now, for the uncomfortable truth. What benefits, however twisted, do you derive from staying in your comfortable prison? Dig deep here. Are you avoiding the fear of failure? Perhaps you are shirking the responsibility for your own life. Maybe you are validating a long-held story about being unworthy. It's time for some radical honesty. What if this block protects your story? Ask yourself, what if I actually succeeded? What if I finally achieved my dreams? What would that mean? Would I have to step up and become someone new? Would I have to face the judgment of others? The fear of the unknown is a powerful motivator, and sometimes it's easier to stay stuck than to risk shattering your self-image. What if your fear is not of failure, but of success? What if you have a hidden belief that you don't deserve abundance, joy, or love? February 12th will amplify these underlying beliefs, bringing them to the surface, so you need to face them now. Are you willing to remain trapped, or will you finally give yourself permission to break free? Are you ready to start being honest? Breaking free from your comfortable prison requires a leap of faith. It's terrifying, I know. Uncertainty looms large, and the fear of the unknown can be paralyzing. But remember, the new reality that awaits you after February 12th demands courage, demands that you step into the void and trust that the universe will catch you. It may feel like jumping off a cliff, but what if instead you are actually learning to fly? And what if that new reality isn't out there, but has to be earned by you? You understand your comfortable prison. Now let's examine the underlying architecture of your limitations. Your limiting beliefs are rarely isolated incidents. They are interconnected, forming intricate webs that reinforce one another, each strand strengthening the whole. Understanding the connections between these beliefs is the first step to dismantling them. How many of these connections are you aware of? For example, the belief, "I'm not good enough," is often linked to beliefs about scarcity. There's not enough for everyone, and unworthiness, "I don't deserve success." These beliefs then manifest as procrastination, avoiding tasks because you fear failure, self-sabotage, undermining your efforts to ensure you don't succeed, and people-pleasing, seeking external validation to compensate for your lack of self-worth. What specific actions in your life stem from these beliefs? Do you see how they work together to keep you trapped in a cycle of limitation? Do you see that perhaps this is why you are feeling stuck? Underneath this complex web lies a foundational belief, a core conviction that shapes your reality and perpetuates your blocks. This is the root from which all other limiting beliefs spring. Identifying this foundational belief is crucial to dismantling the entire system. What is the most limiting belief about yourself? Is it "I am unlovable," "I am powerless," or "the world is a dangerous place"? These are just examples. Your foundational belief may be something entirely different, but once you identify it, you can begin to challenge its validity. Is this belief actually true? Where did it come from? What evidence do you have to support it? And more importantly, what evidence contradicts it? Question everything until this belief is exposed. Dismantling the web starts with that foundational belief. Once you've identified it, challenge its validity, gather evidence to the contrary, and replace it with a more empowering belief. Use cognitive restructuring techniques to reframe your thoughts and affirmations to reprogram your subconscious mind. For example, if your foundational belief is "I am unlovable," start by questioning that belief. Is it really true? Have you never been loved by anyone? What about your family, your friends, your pets? Gather evidence to the contrary, focusing on the times you have felt loved and appreciated. Then, replace the limiting belief with an empowering one. "I am worthy of love and connection." Repeat this affirmation daily, focusing on the feeling of love and acceptance. It is a process, and if you do not take these steps, then, after February 12th, it will get exponentially harder to make the changes. Are you willing to put in the work? But dismantling old beliefs is not enough. You must actively seed new, empowering beliefs that support the reality you desire. Replace "I am not good enough" with "I am capable and worthy of success." Repeat these affirmations out loud every day, infusing them with emotion and conviction. Visualize yourself achieving your goals, feeling confident and successful. Surround yourself with positive influences, people who believe in you and support your dreams. Create a vision board, filling it with images and words that represent your desired reality. This is how you create a new foundation for your life. Don't just tear down the old, build something beautiful in its place. Are you ready to rebuild? Now let's look at the ultimate antidote to these limiting beliefs. What if you could short-circuit the entire process? What if you could step outside the cycle of thought and emotion that perpetuates your blocks? The key is presence. Presence is a state of heightened awareness, focus, and engagement with the present moment. It is the antidote to the automatic, reactive patterns that perpetuate spiritual blocks. When you are fully present, you are less likely to be swept away by negative thoughts and emotions. It's about paying attention to your breath, noticing the sensations in your body, and observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. It's the practice of being fully here now in this moment. Not the past, not the future, but right here, right now. How often are you truly present in your daily life? Or are you constantly lost in thought, replaying past events, or worrying about what's to come? Presence is about waking up from the dream of your thoughts and experiencing reality directly. Are you aware of how good it can be? Presence disrupts the automaticity of those limiting beliefs and those self-sabotaging behaviors. When you are fully present, you are less likely to be swept away by negative thoughts and emotions. You notice the urge to procrastinate and consciously choose to take action instead. You recognize the impulse to criticize yourself and consciously choose to offer yourself compassion instead. The more present you are, the more power you have to choose your response to any given situation. You become the master of your mind, rather than the other way around. And by being in that moment, you are able to move into the new reality without the baggage. Cultivate presence in your daily life. Meditation, mindfulness exercises, yoga, spending time in nature, engaging in activities that bring you joy, these are all powerful tools for cultivating presence. Even a few minutes of daily meditation can make a profound difference. Take a few minutes each day to sit in silence and focus on your breath. Practice mindful walking, paying attention to the sensations in your feet as they touch the ground. Engage your senses fully, noticing the sights, sounds, smells, and tastes around you. The more you practice presence, the more easily it will become your natural state. What small step can you take today to cultivate more presence in your life? Presence is an active choice. You can choose to be present in any moment, regardless of your circumstances. Consciously choose to be present during a difficult conversation, rather than getting lost in your thoughts and emotions. Consciously choose to savor a delicious meal, rather than rushing through it mindlessly. Every moment is an opportunity to practice presence, to connect with yourself and the world around you. Presence is not a destination, it's a journey. It's a continuous practice of choosing to be fully here, now. As February 12th approaches, make a conscious effort to cultivate presence in your daily life. The more present you are, the more easily you'll navigate the energetic shifts and step into your new reality. Finally, let's unlock your inner compass. As the veil thins, your intuition becomes amplified, making it easier to receive guidance from the spiritual realm. Dreams become more vivid and symbolic. Synchronicities occur more frequently. You experience a stronger sense of knowing, a gut feeling that guides you towards the right path. But spiritual blocks can cloud your intuition, making it difficult to receive clear guidance. How can you clear the channel and amplify your intuitive signals? Meditation, energy healing, spending time in nature, and connecting with your higher self, these are all powerful tools for clearing the energetic pathways. Reduce the noise in your environment. Limit your exposure to technology, negative influences, and draining relationships. Create space for silence and solitude, allowing yourself to connect with your inner wisdom. The clearer your channel, the more easily you'll receive intuitive messages. Trust what comes through. Learn to interpret these intuitive messages, distinguishing between genuine guidance and fear-based projections. Pay attention to the feeling associated with the message. Does it feel expansive and empowering, or constricted and fearful? Trust your gut feeling. If you're unsure, meditate on it, asking for clarity and guidance. The universe is always communicating with you, but you need to learn how to listen. Are you truly listening? As February 12th approaches, use your intuition as your compass, guiding you towards the new reality that awaits you. If you feel drawn to a certain opportunity or relationship, even if it seems scary or unconventional, trust that it may be leading you towards something amazing. Your intuition knows the way. As you clear your blocks, you'll know what you're looking for. Remember, the new reality requires your intuition to be the main guide. Intuition will be even more important than logic for finding this new reality after February 12th. In our next video, we'll explore how to create the right kind of life after this date. Your intuition is the compass, but what happens when you ignore its guidance? choosing instead to remain within the confines of your comfortable prison. What is the cost of such a decision? Remaining in that seemingly safe space leads to a slow, insidious erosion of your potential, a gradual dimming of your inner light. Your dreams, desires, and aspirations, once vibrant and full of life, slowly fade away as you settle for mediocrity. You may tell yourself it's realistic or practical, but deep down, you know you're betraying your true self. Are you willing to let your potential wither and die, or will you choose to break free and embrace the fullness of who you're meant to be? What happens to the sapling when it doesn't break through the ground? Consider the aspiring writer who stops writing because they receive some negative feedback, believing they're not good enough. The words that once flowed effortlessly now become a source of anxiety and self-doubt. They tell themselves that they're not talented enough or that no one will ever read their work. Similarly, think of the person who dreams of traveling the world but never leaves their hometown, convinced that they can't afford it or that it's too dangerous. The vibrant tapestry of different cultures and experiences remains forever out of reach, replaced by the monotonous routine of everyday life. Each day makes the leap of faith even harder to take, and you must acknowledge this before it becomes impossible. Are you ready to face the regret of a life unlived? What will you say to yourself on your deathbed? This erosion of potential inevitably breeds resentment toward yourself, toward others, and toward life itself. Bitterness takes root, poisoning your mind and spirit, leading to anger. You start resenting successful friends, convinced that they had it easier than you. You blame your parents for your lack of opportunities, convinced that they didn't give you the support you needed. You feel trapped and unfulfilled, like a puppet dancing to someone else's tune. This resentment will continue to fester until the limitations are cleared and you can start taking responsibility for your own life. Do you see how the comfortable prison becomes a breeding ground for negativity? Staying in that seemingly comfortable space also drains your vitality and zest for life. You become numb, apathetic, and disconnected from your passion. Chronic fatigue sets in, leaving you feeling exhausted even after a full night's sleep. Motivation becomes a distant memory, replaced by a sense of inertia and disinterest. The hobbies and activities that once brought you joy now seem like a chore. How much of your energy has been stolen by the walls you've built around you? Picture this, a vibrant, energetic soul slowly fading into a shadow of its former self, their passion dulled, their spirit crushed. See how you can reclaim this energy and understand what the cost is if you don't. Are you willing to surrender your vitality, or will you fight to reclaim your joy? What will you do when you are too tired to fight? The longer you remain trapped, the smaller and more constricting that prison becomes. The walls close in, limiting your options and trapping you in a cycle of despair. Relationships dissolve, opportunities disappear, and the future looks bleak and hopeless. Make the February 12th deadline very real in your mind. Are you willing to let your world shrink around you, or will you expand your horizons? Are you ready to take ownership and break the bars? You've begun to understand the internal limitations, but let's unveil an even more pervasive force at play: external programming. It's easy to believe that limitations come solely from within, but beliefs, values, and narratives imposed by family, society, culture, and media can keep you equally stuck. These external forces shape our perceptions, beliefs, and behaviors without our conscious awareness. What external programs are running in your mind? Consider societal expectations about career paths, gender roles, or financial success. Religious dogma or political ideologies also. Think about the family narratives or expectations that have been imposed on you since childhood. Did you always believe that you were a failure in your family, or do you believe that you are not worthy of love? Where did those ideas come from? These programs are often downloaded subconsciously, shaping our reality. What are the hidden assumptions that govern your life? Absorbing limiting beliefs about money from your parents, internalizing harmful stereotypes about your gender or race, or being conditioned to seek external validation, these are all examples of external programming. These beliefs and values become so ingrained that they are hard to question, as they become part of your identity. Do you see how these programs can operate beneath your radar, influencing your choices and limiting your potential? How can you begin to question the validity of these programs? Therefore, it's essential to identify the specific sources of your external programming. Who instilled these beliefs and values? What were their motivations? Parents, teachers, religious leaders, authority figures, and media outlets, these are all potential programmers. You need to understand who benefits from these limitations. Who wants you to stay small, to conform, to obey? What agenda are they serving? Reclaiming your mind requires you to challenge and deconstruct these external programs, choosing your own beliefs and values. Question societal norms, reject harmful stereotypes, and create your own definition of success. Re-emphasize how February 12th helps you reprogram these things. What new programs will you install? What values will guide you? What does success actually mean to you? With external programming in check, it's time to reclaim the energy that has been siphoned off by negative influences and limiting beliefs. It's time for a power surge protocol. Begin by cutting energetic cords with negative people, past relationships, and toxic situations. Visualize severing the connections that drain your energy. Imagine cutting through the cords with a sword of light, releasing yourself from their grip. It is essential to release energy spent on the past and move to the present and future. Do you feel the cords releasing? Shielding techniques are also vital for protecting your energy field from negative influences. Visualize a protective bubble of light surrounding you, deflecting negativity and shielding you from harm. Use protective crystals, such as black tourmaline or amethyst, to amplify your energy field. Practice grounding exercises, connecting with the earth to anchor your energy. The goal is to reclaim control over your own energy and prevent future loss. What shielding practices can you incorporate into your daily routine? Re-energizing practices are also crucial for replenishing lost energy and boosting vitality. Spend time in nature, soaking up the healing energy of the earth. Practice mindfulness, focusing on the present moment and letting go of worries and anxieties. Engage in creative activities that bring you joy, allowing your energy to flow freely. Connect with supportive communities, surrounding yourself with positive and uplifting influences. Find the energy to reclaim and to create and sustain joy. What activities bring you joy and revitalize your energy? Finally, revisit the power of forgiveness, not just for releasing past traumas, but also for reclaiming lost energy. Forgive those who have wronged you, as well as forgiving yourself for past mistakes. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Forgiveness releases you from the shackles of the past, freeing up your energy to create a brighter future. Who do you need to forgive, and how can you begin the process of forgiveness? With limitations dissolved and energy reclaimed, you're ready to step into the new reality, the reality of the unblocked self. But what does this new reality actually look like? What does it feel like to live without limitations? Imagine a life where you are free to express your authentic self, pursue your passions, and create the abundance you desire. What would it mean to be truly free? Picture a life filled with a sense of purpose, healthy relationships, financial security, creative expression, and vibrant health. It's not just the removal of blocks, but the creation of an upward spiral, a positive feedback loop of growth and expansion. Can you envision this new reality for yourself? Can you feel the freedom and joy that awaits you? Aligned action is essential for manifesting this reality. Actions that are in harmony with your values, purpose, and intuition. Now that the blocks are cleared, it's time to put those insights into action. Pursue your passions, set healthy boundaries, and make choices that support your well-being. But action must be authentic, not driven by ego or external pressure. Are your actions aligned with your true self? Embracing uncertainty is also key, as the new reality may be unfamiliar and uncomfortable at first. The path to your dreams may not be clear, but trust that you are being guided. Show that it's okay to be afraid, but it's more important to trust your heart. What if the unknown is not something to fear, but something to embrace? Finally, live with intention, consciously creating your reality through your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Set clear goals, practice gratitude, and focus on the positive. Build new pathways and practices instead of just clearing the old. The power is in your hands. Are you ready to take control and create the life you truly desire? The transformation that awaits you after February 12th is profound, but it requires courage, commitment, and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone. But to do that, you must first be aware of the energies that are around you. In our next video, we'll discuss these unseen energies and how they can impact your spiritual journey. Now that you're more aware of how these unseen energies impact your journey, it's time to discuss counter-programming protocols, essential tools for rewiring your subconscious mind and reclaiming your power. Imagine your subconscious as a fertile garden. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and limitation, that is what will grow. But if you cultivate seeds of love, abundance, and possibility, you'll harvest a life beyond your wildest dreams. Which seeds are you watering? Are you ready to uproot the weeds? The first step is identifying the false matrix, the pervasive web of external programming that distorts your perception of reality. This matrix is deliberately constructed by forces that often don't have your best interests at heart. Think about the constant bombardment of unrealistic beauty standards in the media, the glorification of consumerism, and the promotion of fear-based narratives. These messages are designed to keep you trapped in a cycle of inadequacy and dissatisfaction, always striving for something you can never attain. This system wants to keep you running on a hamster wheel. Have you noticed how difficult it is to escape this constant barrage? Are you ready to unplug from the false matrix? To deconstruct these limiting narratives, you must become a critical thinker, questioning everything you've been taught and seeking diverse perspectives. Fact-check information, challenge assumptions, and expose the underlying flaws in these narratives. Question authority, especially when it conflicts with your intuition. Remember, truth resonates, manipulation demands. Does this narrative make you feel empowered or disempowered? Does it feel expansive or constricting? Trust your inner compass and let it guide you toward truth. What are some of the limiting narratives you've internalized, and how can you begin to challenge them? Once you've identified these narratives, it's time to craft empowering affirmations that directly contradict them. Replace "I am not worthy of love" with "I am lovable and deserving of healthy relationships." Replace "I am not capable of success" with "I am capable of achieving my dreams." Write these affirmations down, repeat them aloud, and feel them in your bones. This is your new story. Are you ready to rewrite your script? To truly transform your subconscious, you need to re-imprint it with these empowering affirmations, bypassing conscious resistance and creating lasting change. Visualization exercises, hypnosis, and subliminal messaging can be incredibly effective. Visualize yourself living the life you desire, feeling the emotions associated with your affirmations. Imagine your subconscious as a blank slate, ready to be inscribed with a new and empowering narrative. With each repetition, you're etching these new beliefs deeper into your psyche, creating a powerful foundation for your future. Are you ready to take control of your subconscious and create the life you truly desire? Beyond the external, let's not underestimate the echo of trauma, how unresolved traumas continue to exert a powerful influence on your present-day experiences, often in subtle and unconscious ways. It's very easy to unknowingly create safe prisons. This is not your fault, but it is your responsibility to manage these things. Consider the difficulty setting boundaries stemming from childhood experiences of neglect or abuse, or the procrastination and self-sabotage resulting from fear of failure rooted in past criticism. These traumas create deep grooves in your psyche, shaping your perceptions and behaviors in ways you may not even realize. Are you aware of the ways your past is influencing your present? The denial mechanism is the first defense, where you avoid confronting these past traumas through denial, repression, rationalization, and displacement, minimizing the impact of traumatic events, suppressing painful emotions, or blaming others for your problems. These are all common coping mechanisms. While they may provide temporary relief, they ultimately perpetuate the cycle of suffering. These are chains disguised as comfort. Are you ready to break free from the past? These coping mechanisms create an avoidance loop, where the fear of re-experiencing trauma leads to behaviors that reinforce the very conditions that triggered the trauma in the first place. Avoiding intimacy to prevent the pain of rejection, avoiding financial risk to prevent the fear of loss, or avoiding creative expression to prevent the fear of judgment, these are all examples of this loop in action. What starts as a protective mechanism becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, keeping you trapped in a cycle of pain and limitation. Can you identify the avoidance loops in your life? Breaking this cycle begins with acknowledging the existence of the trauma and allowing yourself to feel the associated emotions, no matter how painful. The more you see the connections between the past and the present, the sooner you will be free. February 12th can be the start of that freedom, a line in the sand for when you decide to move forward in this healing. What are you willing to face in order to break free? As February 12th approaches, visualize your comfortable prison becoming increasingly unbearable. The job that once provided security now feels suffocating. The relationship that once offered comfort now feels isolating. The walls are closing in, limiting your options and stifling your spirit. The air is getting thin. Are you starting to feel the pressure? The growing sense of hopelessness and despair makes it harder to imagine a better future. The dreams that once seemed attainable now feel like distant fantasies. The spark that once ignited your passion has now been extinguished. The spark of hope fades and is harder to see. You are running out of time. Are you ready to reclaim your dreams? The illusions that have been used to justify staying in this comfortable prison are unmasked, revealing them for what they are: false promises and empty justifications. The belief that I'm not good enough, I don't deserve happiness, or I'm better off safe than sorry, these are lies designed to keep you small and controlled. You've been lied to, but you don't have to believe those lies anymore. Can you see through the facade? February 12th represents a tipping point, where the pain of staying in the comfortable prison finally outweighs the fear of breaking free. The discomfort becomes so intense that you can no longer ignore it. The longing for something more becomes so overwhelming that you can no longer suppress it. It's a point where something has to change, or you risk succumbing to despair. Are you ready to embrace the unknown and step into your true potential? Even small actions can create significant momentum. Making one phone call, sending one email, or taking one small step toward a long-term goal, these are all acts of defiance against the limitations that have held you captive. These small acts hold immense power. What small step can you take today to reclaim your agency? These small actions create a ripple effect, influencing other areas of your life and generating a sense of empowerment. Taking care of your physical health can improve your mental and emotional well-being. Setting healthy boundaries in one relationship can empower you to set boundaries in other relationships. It's like dominoes. Once you get that chain in motion, it becomes easy to keep the positive outcomes coming. Where will you create the first ripple? Consistent small actions over time lead to transformative results. One small step each day may seem insignificant, but over the course of a year, it can add up to a monumental leap forward. It is important to remember that there is a positive tipping point, too, just like the negative one we discussed before. The important thing is to keep that positive change coming to you. What consistent actions can you commit to that will create lasting change in your life? Celebrate every single win and acknowledge your progress, no matter how incremental it may seem. Acknowledge yourself for every step you take. It helps solidify these changes in you, creating a positive feedback loop that sustains your momentum. Don't wait for some grand accomplishment to celebrate. Celebrate the journey itself. What small wins can you celebrate today? February 12th offers a unique opportunity to rewrite your destiny, creating a blank slate upon which to inscribe a new and empowering narrative. This isn't just about escaping the past, it's about creating a future that aligns with your soul's deepest desires. It's an opportunity for a do-over, one where you choose the path forward. What will you create with your blank slate? To start, define your vision for the future, identifying your values, passions, and purpose. What kind of life do you want to create? What kind of person do you want to be? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Before you can start building a new reality, you must first clarify your vision. What does your ideal future look like? Set clear and empowering intentions, aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with your vision. I intend to live a life of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. I intend to use my talents and gifts to make a positive impact on the world. These intentions are like guiding stars, helping you navigate the path toward your dreams. What empowering intentions will you set for your future? Claim your power as the architects of your own destiny, recognizing that you have the ability to shape your reality. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a powerful creator with the ability to manifest the life you truly desire. February 12th is not just a deadline, it's a launchpad. Are you ready to take control and rewrite your destiny? This process won't be easy. It will take commitment and courage, but the reward is immeasurable, a life of freedom, joy, and fulfillment. But it is there. The journey begins with a single step, and it may be tough to find at first. Are you ready to take control, to choose your destiny? February 12th is coming, so choose now. In our next video, we'll delve into practical techniques and strategies to clear energy, reprogram limiting beliefs, and align with your purpose, empowering you to fully leverage the shift that awaits you on February 12th. But before we embrace this fresh start, we must address the root of what's been holding you back. What if you could accelerate the process of understanding and dismantling the very foundations of your spiritual blocks? It's time to supercharge your self-discovery with a technique that cuts through the surface noise and gets straight to the core, the 5 Whys method. Adapted from problem-solving methodologies, this technique isn't about endless introspection, but rather about focused excavation. Start with a simple statement of the issue you're facing. I'm struggling to manifest financial abundance, for example. Then ask yourself why. The answer might be, because I'm afraid of losing it all. Now ask why again. Perhaps the answer is, because I don't believe I deserve to be wealthy. Continue this process, pushing deeper with each why, until you've reached the 5th iteration. Here's where the magic happens. By the 5th why, you're likely to uncover a foundational fear or limiting belief that has been lurking beneath the surface for years, perhaps even decades. In our example, it could be something like, money is evil, or I'm not capable of managing large sums of money. These are the deep-seated beliefs that act as magnets for negative experiences, perpetually sabotaging your efforts to create abundance. Have you been inadvertently programming yourself for scarcity? Are you ready to rewrite your financial destiny? It is important to know what to change first before trying to effect large-scale change. Remember, this isn't just an intellectual exercise. It's about connecting with the emotional truth behind the block. As you ask each why, pay close attention to your body sensations and emotional responses. Do you feel a tightening in your chest, a knot in your stomach, a wave of sadness or anger? These physical and emotional cues are signposts, guiding you toward the emotional core of the block. Feel the truth. Knowing is only half the battle. Leading up to February 12th, use the 5 Whys method to create a crystal-clear target for transformation. The more clearly you understand the root cause of your blocks, the more effectively you can leverage the upcoming energetic shift to create a new reality. Once you've identified the core belief, craft specific affirmations and visualizations to counteract it. For example, if you discover that you believe money is evil, you might create affirmations like, money is a tool for good in the world, or I use money to create positive change. Visualize yourself using money to support causes you care about, helping others, and creating a more abundant world for everyone. Are you ready to redefine your relationship with money? But identifying the blocks is only the first step. What if you could transform these negative emotions into fuel for your dreams? It's time to enter the emotional alchemy lab, where you'll learn to transmute lead into gold. Emotions, especially negative ones like fear, anger, and sadness, are not obstacles to be avoided. They are raw energy, powerful forces that can be harnessed and transmuted for personal growth. Think of emotions as chemical reactions. The raw input can either be processed and output as a helpful compound or a harmful one. Which will it be? How you direct these energies will define you. The alchemical process begins with acknowledging the emotion. Don't suppress it, don't judge it, simply allow yourself to feel it fully. Where does it reside in your body? What thoughts are associated with it? Observe the emotion without getting swept away by it. This creates space for conscious choice. Only by examining this can you make the right choices. Next, identify the underlying need or desire that the emotion is signaling. Fear often points to a need for safety and security. Anger often points to a need for justice and fairness. Sadness often points to a need for connection and belonging. What are your emotions trying to tell you? Listen closely, because there is something very important they are trying to tell you. Once you've identified the underlying need, consciously choose a more empowering response. Instead of allowing fear to paralyze you, transmute it into courage and resilience, taking calculated risks and stepping outside your comfort zone. Instead of lashing out in anger, transmute it into passion and motivation, channeling your energy into creative pursuits and positive change. Instead of wallowing in sadness, transmute it into compassion and empathy, connecting with others and offering support. Are you ready to become an emotional alchemist? By transmuting negative emotions, you shift from a victim mentality to a creator mentality, taking control of your emotional landscape and consciously shaping your reality. Instead of feeling helpless in the face of adversity, you see it as an opportunity for growth and transformation. The universe isn't happening to you, but for you. To support this process, build your emotional resilience toolkit with practices like mindfulness meditation, deep breathing exercises, journaling, and connecting with supportive communities. Use mindfulness to observe emotions without judgment, deep breathing to calm the nervous system, and journaling to process thoughts and feelings. Who will you connect with? Now that you're mastering your inner world, let's take your energy protection to the next level. What if you could create an impenetrable shield against negativity and energetic intrusions? It's time to upgrade to Energy Shield 2.0. Moving beyond basic visualization techniques, we're now introducing more advanced strategies for clearing and protecting your energy field. Think of this as fortifying your energetic immune system. The more you strengthen your shield, the less vulnerable you become to external influences. Is your energy field secure? Consider using specific crystals like black tourmaline or obsidian to absorb negative energy, placing them strategically in your home or carrying them with you throughout the day. Smudging with sage or Palo Santo can cleanse your environment, clearing stagnant energy and creating a sacred space. Creating a dedicated space for meditation and reflection provides a sanctuary where you can recharge and reconnect with your inner self. Where will you build your sanctuary? Learn to become more attuned to subtle energetic intrusions, recognizing the signs that your energy field has been compromised. Sudden fatigue, unexplained mood swings, intrusive thoughts, or a general sense of unease, these are all red flags. Pay attention to these signals and take immediate action to clear and reshield your energy field. Remember the importance of cutting energetic cords with negative people and situations, but do so with compassion and understanding. Visualize cutting the cord with love and gratitude, releasing the other person with blessings and wishing them well on their journey. This creates a clean break without creating karma, leaving you both free to move forward. You can release the cord while still maintaining your support for the other person. By consistently practicing self-care and conscious energetic hygiene, you strengthen your energetic immune system, making it more resilient to stress, negativity, and external influences. Regular meditation, spending time in nature, eating nourishing foods, and engaging in activities that bring you joy and vitality, these are all essential components of a strong and healthy energy field. You are what you protect. As February 12th approaches, remember that this date represents an open doorway to a new reality. But simply stepping through the doorway isn't enough. You need a plan, a strategy for harnessing the new energies and creating the life you desire. What steps will you take? In the days and weeks leading up to February 12th, prime the pump with positive intentions, clear goals, and aligned actions. Visualize your desired future, write down your goals, and take small steps each day to move closer to them. This creates momentum, building a powerful energetic wave that you can ride into your new reality. Start now, don't delay. Be prepared for a period of integration in the days and weeks following February 12th. As the new energies settle in and begin to manifest in your life, you may experience a period of adjustment and change. Be open to new opportunities, relationships, and experiences that align with your values and purpose. Be patient with yourself as you navigate the changes and challenges that arise. Take your time, but don't stop. Most importantly, remember that creating your new reality is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. Sustain momentum by cultivating a growth mindset, celebrating small wins, and continuing to practice self-care and energetic hygiene. Remember why you started and keep taking aligned action one step at a time. This is your new life, and it is ready to embrace. What if you could learn to fine-tune your intuition and receive clear guidance from the universe? In our next section, we'll explore advanced techniques for developing your intuitive abilities, empowering you to make confident decisions and navigate your path with clarity and purpose. But before we delve into the unseen realms, we must confront the enemy within. What if the greatest obstacle to your spiritual growth isn't some external force, but a cleverly disguised saboteur operating from within your own mind? It's time to unmask your inner resistance strategist. Forget the notion of resistance as merely a fleeting emotion. Your subconscious is far more strategic than that. It's a master chess player, anticipating your every move and deploying sophisticated defense mechanisms to keep you safely tucked within your comfortable prison. This inner resistance strategist isn't some malevolent entity. It believes it's protecting you from perceived threats, often rooted in core fears and limiting beliefs that have been programmed into your subconscious since childhood. What name will you give yours? Knowing its name gives you power over it. Consider the individual paralyzed by perfectionism. This isn't just a character flaw, it's a meticulously crafted strategy designed to protect against the fear of judgment and failure. The inner resistance strategist whispers insidious doubts. It's not good enough. You'll never measure up. Everyone will laugh at you. These whispers lead to procrastination, endless revisions, and ultimately, the abandonment of creative projects. Or perhaps the strategist manifests as chronic distraction, luring you down endless rabbit holes of social media and trivial tasks, anything to avoid the discomfort of facing your true potential. It might even manifest as a sudden illness, providing a convenient excuse to avoid stepping into the spotlight or pursuing a challenging goal. What tactics does your strategist employ to keep you small? Is it working overtime to stop you? To disarm your strategist, you must first identify its threat profile. What does it perceive as the biggest dangers? For some, it's success, the fear of increased responsibility, visibility, and the potential for even greater failure. For others, it's intimacy, the fear of vulnerability, rejection, and the pain of past relationships. And for many, it's authenticity, the fear of judgment, abandonment, and the loss of approval from loved ones. Remember, the strategist is trying to protect you, but its protection is actually hindering your growth. It's like an overprotective parent who never lets you leave the house. What false dangers is it warning you about? Is it warning you about shadows? Analyze the specific tactics your inner resistance strategist uses. How does it manifest in your daily life? What triggers its defensive maneuvers? What are the consequences of its actions? Perhaps the strategist conjures a constant stream of negative self-talk, leading to procrastination, self-sabotage, and a perpetual cycle of unfulfilled potential. Or maybe it triggers anxiety attacks before important events, leading to avoidance, missed opportunities, and a lingering sense of regret. Perhaps it's a constant feeling of being overwhelmed, making it difficult to focus and prioritize, leaving you feeling scattered and ineffective. What are the telltale signs that your strategist is at work? Are you being manipulated? Remember, the goal isn't to banish your inner resistance strategist, but to renegotiate its role. It's there for a reason. It's trying to protect you based on outdated programming. Acknowledge its fears, validate its concerns, and offer reassurance that you can handle the challenges ahead. Reassure it that you will listen to its warnings, but you're the one who makes the final decisions. Explain that the old rules no longer apply, that you're strong enough to face the challenges, and that the rewards of stepping outside your comfort zone far outweigh the risks. Re-emphasize February 12th as a renegotiation period, a time to update the programming and create a new alliance with your subconscious. Will you teach it how to help you? Now let's shift our focus from the mind to the body. What if your body holds the keys to unlocking even deeper levels of healing and transformation? It's time to unlock the lost language of somatic wisdom. We often treat the body as a mere vessel, a vehicle for carrying the mind around. But the body is far more intelligent than we give it credit for. It's a vast repository of somatic intelligence, storing valuable information about spiritual blocks, unresolved traumas, and the energetic imbalances that keep you stuck. Your body is constantly communicating with you, but are you listening? Chronic pain, muscle tension, digestive issues, skin conditions, and other physical symptoms are often expressions of underlying emotional and energetic imbalances. These aren't random occurrences. They're messages from your body urging you to pay attention to unresolved issues that need to be addressed. Where do you feel tension in your body? What emotions are associated with that tension? Is your body trying to tell you something about your spirit? Cultivate a deeper connection with your body by learning to listen to its subtle cues and signals. Practice mindful movement, such as yoga or Tai Chi, paying attention to the sensations in your muscles, joints, and organs. Engage in body scan meditations, systematically focusing your attention on different parts of your body, noticing any sensations that arise. Journal about your physical symptoms, exploring the potential emotional and energetic connections. Are you breathing deeply or shallowly? Is your posture open and relaxed or closed and guarded? These are all clues. Utilize somatic release techniques to gently process past traumas and release stored tension from the body. Engage in breathwork exercises, using deep, conscious breathing to release tension in the chest and shoulders. Explore somatic experiencing exercises, gently revisiting past traumas in a safe and controlled environment, allowing your body to release the stored emotional energy. Seek out a qualified massage therapist who specializes in releasing emotional holding patterns, helping you to unwind chronic tension and restore energetic flow. Will you choose to listen to your body? Integrate mind and body in the healing process, combining cognitive restructuring with somatic release techniques. Practice mindfulness to observe thoughts, emotions, and body sensations without judgment, creating space for greater self-awareness and understanding. Remember, all parts of you are there to help, not hurt. All of these parts of yourself are trying to help you, but now you must ask if you are helping yourself. What if your greatest act of rebellion was simply being yourself, unapologetically and authentically? It's time to reclaim your authenticity, shedding the mask of should. We are bombarded with shoulds, expectations, obligations, and beliefs imposed by external sources. I should be married by now. I should have a stable career. I should be making more money. Whose voice is that in your head? Is it your own or someone else's? These shoulds create a mask of conformity, a false self designed to please others and meet external expectations, but at the cost of your own happiness and fulfillment. Are you living a life that is true to you, or one that is dictated by external forces? This mask can cause you to suppress your true emotions, abandoning your passions, and compromising your values, creating a deep sense of disconnect and inauthenticity. You might find yourself constantly seeking external validation, trying to prove your worth to others, rather than honoring your own inner compass. You may feel like an imposter, constantly afraid of being exposed for not being who you pretend to be. Are you living for others and not for yourself? Do you feel like a fraud? Peel away the layers of the mask of conformity, uncovering your authentic self. Identify your core values, those guiding principles that are most important to you. Explore your passions, the activities and interests that ignite your soul. Honor your unique gifts and talents, the special abilities that you bring to the world. February 12th is a chance to start fresh, to shed the old skin and emerge as your true self. What are your core values? What are your passions? What are your unique gifts? Live from the inside out, aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with your authentic self, rather than trying to conform to external expectations. Make choices that honor your values, even if they're not popular or conventional. Pursue your passions, even if they seem impractical or unrealistic. Express your true emotions, even if they're uncomfortable or vulnerable. The goal is to live as who you actually are and not who you think you should be. Are you ready to embrace your true self with all its quirks and imperfections? To do this, you must let go of the illusion of control. What if you could find greater happiness and fulfillment by releasing your grip on outcomes and surrendering to the flow of life? It's time to break the chains of attachment, embracing the detachment paradox. Attachment, the clinging to people, possessions, and outcomes, is a root cause of suffering. Obsessively checking social media for validation, clinging to a toxic relationship because you're afraid of being alone, or being overly attached to financial success, these are all forms of attachment that create anxiety, stress, and disappointment. Are you clinging to something that is causing you pain? What are you unwilling to let go of? Attachment is rooted in the illusion of control, the belief that you can manipulate external circumstances and guarantee your happiness. Trying to force a relationship to work, trying to manipulate financial outcomes, or trying to control other people's behavior, these are all futile attempts to control the uncontrollable. The more you try to control, the less control you actually have. Are you trying to control something that is beyond your control? Is it possible you are trying to control something that isn't even real? Embrace the detachment paradox. It states that you can achieve greater happiness and fulfillment by releasing your attachment to outcomes and surrendering to the present moment. Let go of the need to control your partner, trusting that you will attract the right opportunities, and accepting that you cannot control everything that happens in your life. Trust the universe. Cultivate non-attachment through mindfulness meditation, acceptance exercises, and focusing on gratitude for what you already have. Use mindfulness to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing them to pass without getting carried away. Practice radical acceptance of yourself and others, accepting that everyone is doing the best they can with what they have. Focus on appreciating the good things in your life, rather than dwelling on what you lack. You don't need to control the future to be happy. Can you let go of the need to control and simply trust that everything will work out for the best? What if you have a great life already? Finally, what if you could shatter the limitations of your current reality and step into a world of infinite possibilities? It's time to play the what-if game, expanding your possibility consciousness. Most people operate within a limited range of what they believe they can achieve, confined by limiting beliefs about income, relationship potential, or creative capacity. These beliefs act as invisible walls, preventing you from seeing and seizing opportunities that are right in front of you. What are the limits you've placed on yourself? What are you telling yourself is impossible? Is that really impossible? The what-if game is a tool to expand possibility consciousness, challenging limiting beliefs and opening the door to new potential. Ask open-ended questions that challenge your assumptions and stretch your imagination. What if I could double my income? What if I could attract the perfect partner? What if I could create a masterpiece? Allow yourself to dream big without censoring your thoughts or judging your desires. The goal is to get your imagination involved, but to do so in a very specific, targeted way. What possibilities are you afraid to even consider? Is fear holding you back? Remember, the what-if game is not just about fantasizing, it's about translating those expanded possibilities into concrete action steps. If you believe you could double your income, research new income streams, ask for a raise, or start your own business. If you believe you could attract the perfect partner, put yourself out there, join dating apps, and start meeting new people. If you believe you could create a masterpiece, dedicate time to your craft, take classes, and seek out mentors. Leverage the energetic shift on February 12th by priming the pump with positive intentions, clear goals, and aligned actions. Visualize your desired future, write down your goals, and take small steps each day to move closer to them. Use affirmations and visualizations based on your what-if scenarios, creating a powerful energetic blueprint for your new reality. Take bold action, steps that align with your expanded possibilities, trusting that the universe will support you on your journey. Go big or go home. Are you ready to play the what-if game and create a life beyond your wildest dreams? As you confront these layers of spiritual blocks, feeling overwhelmed is natural, but remember the immense potential that awaits you when you break free and embrace your authentic self. More practical techniques and strategies for building momentum, sustaining positive change, and living a life of purpose and joy beyond February 12th are coming. The path to your new reality is waiting for you. Are you ready to begin? The freedom is now. What if you could literally choose a different life? It's time to understand the quantum shift accelerator, merging timelines. Forget the old linear view of time, that rigid line stretching from past to future. In the quantum realm, time isn't a river, but a vast ocean of possibilities. Past, present, and future aren't fixed points. They're fluid and interconnected, shimmering with potential realities. This isn't just metaphysical fluff. Quantum physics suggests that reality itself is shaped by observation and intention. Think of the manual's interpretation, where every decision creates a branching timeline, each a separate and equally real possibility. And as we have discussed, the veil between worlds is thinning, and the unseen forces are more accessible than ever. This is a chance to rewrite your story, to step into a new chapter where your dreams become reality. What reality do you desire? What future are you reaching toward? To harness this power, you must first identify your preferred timeline. What does your ideal life look like after February 12th? Don't hold back. Allow yourself to dream without limits. Are you running a thriving business, surrounded by loving friends and family, radiating health and vitality? Or are you stuck in the same old rut, plagued by stress, loneliness, and unfulfilled potential? The more specific your vision, the more magnetic its pull. Imagine waking up in your ideal reality, feeling the joy, abundance, and purpose that fill your days. Visualize the details, your home, your work, your relationships. Embody the emotions associated with your desired timeline. Who are you in this reality? What are you doing? How are you feeling? Now it's time to merge your current timeline with your preferred one. This isn't about wishful thinking. It's about consciously aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the reality you want to create. Visualize yourself stepping into that new reality, feeling the emotions of joy, gratitude, and fulfillment as if they are already yours. Affirmations can be powerful tools. Repeat statements like, I am living my ideal life, I am attracting abundance, I am surrounded by love and support. Act as if you are already living in your preferred timeline. This builds a bridge between your current self and your potential self, drawing you closer to the reality you desire. Are you ready to build that bridge? What are you waiting for? February 12th acts as a powerful convergence point. During this time, timelines become more fluid and malleable, making it easier to shift from an undesirable reality to a more empowering one. The amplified energy during this time reinforces your intentions, helping you to release limiting beliefs and take bold action steps toward your preferred timeline. Use this surge of energy to visualize your desired reality with laser-like focus. Release any doubts or fears that hold you back, replacing them with unwavering belief in your ability to create the life you desire. Take decisive action steps that align with your vision. The universe responds to clarity and conviction. The universe is listening. What is it you truly desire? What will you ask for? But how do you see the truth that is already within you? What if a simple tool could unlock the doors to your deepest potential? It's time to explore the mirror technique, reflecting your unblocked self. Mirrors, throughout history, have been seen as more than just reflective surfaces. In many cultures, they are considered portals to other realms, gateways to the soul. The mirror reflects not only your physical appearance, but also your inner state, your potential, and your unblocked self. It has the capacity to show you your truth if you dare to look. What if you could use this everyday object to unlock your spiritual potential? Would you do it? Create a daily ritual of looking into the mirror and connecting with your unblocked self. Gaze into your eyes with love and compassion, seeing beyond the surface to the divine spark within. Affirm your worthiness and potential, reminding yourself that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Visualize yourself living your ideal life, feeling the emotions associated with your unblocked self. What do you want to say to your unblocked self? What does that person want to say to you? The mirror technique can also reveal hidden spiritual blocks and limiting beliefs. What do you not want to see when you look in the mirror? Are you avoiding eye contact, focusing on flaws, or feeling a sense of disconnect? These are clues pointing to areas that need healing and attention. If you find it difficult to look yourself in the eye, it may be a sign of self-doubt or shame. Avoiding looking in the mirror altogether could signal deep-seated self-rejection. The answers are always there, waiting to be discovered. What truths are hidden in your reflection? Are you willing to face them? Amplify the energetic shift on February 12th, using this tool to solidify the connection with your new reality. Release self-doubt and shame, embrace your worthiness and potential, and step into your unblocked self with confidence and conviction. See the truth, ask the universe to reflect it back to you, and believe that you are worthy of all that you desire. You have the power. What are you waiting for? The new reality is calling. Are you answering? And to help, you can start integrating your shadow and becoming whole. What if your deepest fears and insecurities held the key to unlocking your greatest power? It's time to learn about shadow integration, the compassionate warrior method. Forget the outdated notion of shadow work as banishing the bad parts of yourself. Instead, aim to embrace the totality of who you are, light and dark. Make friends with your shadow, understanding that it holds valuable lessons and untapped potential. What if your anger, fear, and vulnerability were not weaknesses, but sources of hidden strength? Will you learn to accept them? The compassionate warrior is a guiding archetype here, embodying both strength and empathy. This warrior faces their inner demons with courage and honesty, but also with kindness and understanding. They protect their boundaries with assertiveness, but also with compassion and respect. Face your shadow self with unwavering honesty, yet soften your gaze with understanding. How would a compassionate warrior act? Transform these dark aspects into sources of strength. Channel anger into passion, fear into courage, vulnerability into connection. What can the shadow teach you? What hidden gifts does it hold? Turning these things into a source of strength can unlock the very blocks we are discussing and get you moving forward. Use this understanding as fuel for your journey to break through your problems. What is your shadow trying to tell you? Are you finally ready to listen? February 12th offers amplified power to renegotiate your shadow's role. The new reality has a place for every aspect of you. Embrace the imperfections, reframe past traumas as learning experiences, and forgive yourself and others for past mistakes. This renegotiation empowers you to integrate these darker aspects and move forward into the light. What aspects of yourself are you ready to embrace? Finally, it's time to face what you do not know. What if the key to unlocking your potential lies in embracing the unknown? It's time for harnessing uncertainty, the art of surrender. Reframe uncertainty, often feared and avoided, as a gateway to growth and expansion. New relationships, career paths, or creative projects may bring uncertainty, but also offer tremendous potential for growth and fulfillment. Don't let fear hold you back from stepping into the unknown. Will you see the hidden opportunities that lie within uncertainty? Release the illusion of control. Trying to control every aspect of your life only leads to stress, anxiety, and disappointment. Let go of your attachment to specific outcomes and trust that the universe is supporting your highest good. The more you give up control, the the more powerful you become. This is what we call the detachment paradox. Can you trust the process even when you don't know what's next? Surrender is not giving up. It is aligning with a higher power. It's about letting go of resistance and trusting the flow of life. Practice mindfulness, meditation, and prayer to connect with something larger than yourself. Engage in activities that bring you joy and connect you with your inner wisdom. The more you relax, the faster it goes. Can you trust the universe to guide you? Are you willing to let go and let God? Take a leap of faith. Lean into the unknown with courage and curiosity, trusting that you are being led to where you need to be. Release the need to know what is going to happen next, and have faith that everything will work out for the best. By February 12th, embrace the knowledge that the power to change your life lies within you. Ask the universe for guidance and trust that you are being supported every step of the way. What are you waiting for? Have faith. The new reality is within reach. You have the power to unlock it. More empowering techniques are on their way. You stand now at the precipice of a new reality, armed with knowledge and techniques to dismantle the spiritual blocks that have held you captive. Remember the journey we've undertaken together. We've delved into the resistance that whispers doubts in your ear, examined the traumas that cast long shadows, confronted the external programming that shapes your beliefs, and most importantly, we have armed ourselves with the tools to break free. This wasn't just about identifying obstacles, it was about understanding why they exist, about recognizing the internal and external forces at play, and ultimately, about reclaiming your power to rewrite your story. Are you ready to wield that power? Spiritual blocks are not mere inconveniences. They are intricate puzzles woven from internal limiting beliefs, external conditioning, unresolved trauma, and energetic imbalances. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking a quick fix or a positive affirmation will dissolve them. But as you now know, freedom requires so much more. It requires a deep dive into your inner world, a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths, and a commitment to consistent, strategic action. It's about understanding that changing your life isn't just about thinking differently, it's about being different from the inside out. This applies uniquely to you and your position. How will you show up? Despite the labyrinthine nature of these challenges, the core message remains: you possess the power to choose a new reality. February 12th acts as a potent amplifier, intensifying the energies available for transformation. However, remember this: February 12th is not a magic wand. It's a catalyst, an opportunity to accelerate the changes you are already working towards. Your long-term success hinges on your consistent choices, your unwavering commitment, and your willingness to take decisive action, even when fear whispers in your ear. This is where the magic lies, and where your dreams transform into tangible reality. The universe bends to your will, but only when you take the reins. Overcoming spiritual blocks isn't just a personal victory, it's a vital step in the broader journey of spiritual evolution. Challenges are not punishments, they are wake-up calls, prompting you to shed old skin, release outdated beliefs, and emerge as a more authentic version of yourself. Each obstacle you overcome adds another layer of strength, wisdom, and resilience to your being. You are not simply fixing problems, you are actively shaping your soul. It is through these trials that you discover your true potential and uncover the depths of your inner power. Remember that February 12th is not just a date on the calendar, it's a cosmic reset button, a gateway to a higher version of yourself. Are you ready to walk through? The individual ripples outward. As more and more people awaken to their power and release their self-imposed limitations, the collective consciousness shifts. Compassion replaces judgment, abundance triumphs over scarcity, and justice prevails over inequality. By healing yourself, you contribute to the healing of the world. Your personal transformation sends ripples of positive energy outwards, impacting your family, your community, and beyond. You are more powerful than you realize, and your journey matters more than you can imagine. Perhaps, even now, doubts linger. You might be thinking, this all sounds incredible, but I don't know if I can actually do it. That feeling is perfectly normal. The path to liberation is not always easy, and there will inevitably be moments of fear, frustration, and uncertainty. This is part of the process, and your struggles do not diminish your potential. View these challenges as opportunities to learn, grow, and deepen your commitment to yourself. Remember that you are not alone on this journey. Everyone at some point grapples with spiritual blocks, feeling lost, stuck, or overwhelmed. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. Strive for consistent effort, celebrate small victories, and learn from every stumble along the way. The key is to keep showing up, keep trying, and keep learning, even when you feel like giving up. Be gentle with yourself. This is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be bumps in the road, setbacks, and unexpected detours. Embrace these moments with self-compassion, treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a dear friend. Celebrate every win, no matter how small, and remind yourself of how far you've already come. Overcoming spiritual blocks is not an end point, it is a launching pad. As you release limitations, you'll uncover new passions, new talents, and new opportunities that you never knew existed. The path ahead will be filled with new questions, new horizons, and new possibilities for growth and exploration. The new reality has a funny way of exceeding your wildest dreams. In future videos, we'll be delving into the next level of spiritual growth and mastery. We'll explore advanced manifestation techniques, dive deeper into shadow work practices, and unravel the mysteries of consciousness. Consider this an invitation to join our inner circle, where you can connect with like-minded individuals, receive personalized guidance, and accelerate your spiritual journey. What are your biggest takeaways from this video? What questions do you still have? Share your thoughts, experiences, and insights in the comments below. Let's create a vibrant community of support and encouragement, where we can all learn and grow together. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this journey. I sincerely hope this video has inspired you to take control of your destiny and create the life you truly desire. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who might benefit from this message. Until next time, take care, stay empowered, and never stop believing in your limitless potential.